Hello, this is Professor Jamie, and I thought this morning, since I woke up early, I would create an incredible tutorial about income generation. That's right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about income generation. I'm going to give you 7 scenarios and different traffic and monetization methods. And then something to also keep in mind is that I've sold so many freaking units that in my small town of 30,000 people, I've got 3 students that live here that I met after they bought my stuff. So I sometimes go out to dinner with them, and they teach me what they've done, and I teach them what I've done and all that stuff. So got some really good hands-on experience with this. It's not just theory, so listen up, all right? It's going to be very exciting. Something else to note is that for 7 years, I had to come up with $50,000 minimum every month because I was going through a financial divorce. All the money would go to someone else, so I had to do things that I had to do, not that I wanted to do. Big things, all right? So a lot of things are off the table. Clarity calls, not enough money to come up with at the end of the month. You get the drift. So all these models are big time. All right, let's jump in. Today, for your daily dose of income generation, we're going to be talking about Reddit to an AI service. We are going to be talking about Twitter. Should put that Reddit, I'll remember that. And then a Twitter account or a TikTok account to NFT list building. It's a great freaking N. And then we're going to talk about YouTube to a domain portfolio. And then we're going to talk about Reddit to pickup lines. Then we're going to talk about OnlyFans. And then we're going to talk about solo ads. All right, so we got 6 scenarios here. All right. So let's talk about the Reddit to the AI service, okay? The AI service uses the API, the OpenAI API, and with a little help from VA on Freelancer, you could build this, do $10 a month, and the example here is a chat that is in a niche, all right? So it's, when you go to ChatGPT, it's kind of generic and dumb. So using the API, you can create a chat that caters to people who are fringy or they have some type of kink or something like that. Okay, sometimes there'll be like a Reddit, a subreddit about gothic babes or something like that. So they would pay $10 a month to talk to a gothic babe. It's very, very simple, all right? All you need is a sales page that kind of explains what they're going to be doing, and there doesn't need to be too much copywriting or testimonials or any of that crap. You would just basically be straight to the point and say, look, you can talk with this whoever type of sub-niche of that subreddit, okay? All right, so the next one would be TikTok, Twitter to NFTs, and this one might be a little outdated right now. I'm hoping NFTs come back because, as you guys might know, we created this freaking incredible NFT collection that has, like, every NFT is a different story. It's like the coolest thing ever. We got custom metadata. It wasn't done what do you call it? It's very unorthodox, you know what I mean? And so I wish it would come back, but very sad what happened, and we all know about that. Anyway, a friend of mine, somebody who you probably all of, he's big time. He's the bomb. He probably doesn't want me telling his name, but he made $11 million in a month with this strategy, and this is the beginning of that strategy. I'll tell you the second part of it, but it's basically TikTok and Twitter into a squeeze page, all right? And the squeeze page, if I could just illustrate that, I should have done this a little bit better. I should have had this one last. But if, you're posting on Twitter and you're basically like, or TikTok, and you're posting pictures of NFTs, or what I would do with my TikTok, with the NFT TikTok, is I would do the math for people, and I'd like bust out a calculator, and I would show, like, I would say, oh my God, this, I would do the calculation from OpenSea, and I would show that it's like, oh my God, this one, they did $500 million, right? And I would do the calculation. That's literally all the videos were. It's just like showing, you take a video of the screen, and then you show the math, and then you're like, oh my God, they did $500 million. And then what you do in the beginning is you drive all the traffic from Twitter and the TikTok into a squeeze page. And the squeeze page, it says basically get notified about the hottest projects. All right. So that would be at the top of the squeeze page. And then below that, it has maybe some pictures about like some NFT pictures or something like that. And then you would have like, name, email. So they go on the list and, Aweber, Sendlane, whatever. Usually probably something like Sendlane or something. I don't know if Aweber would be, But anyway, so people opt in, and then now these people, they're buyers of NFTs. Like they're straight up consumers. Now they're all on your list, and you keep building this list, you keep posting those videos, and then you start to get some power, because at any moment you could press send, and you can send them at, you could populate, like if you're starting a new NFT project or something, you're starting to promote it on Twitter or whatever. A lot of the time people would look down on promos, paid promos and stuff like that, but you have like this organic list that you built from this people looking at NFTs, all interested in that, and then you're driving them into your list. So now you have this power, and say for instance you build it up to like 10,000 people in the list or whatnot. Now other projects are going to, like somebody's like, oh, I got an NFT series or whatever, reach out to other people who are starting NFT collections, and then you can boost their launches, their NFT launches, for a percentage. And that's exactly what my boy did. He did $11 million, not from his own NFT launches, but supporting other people's NFT launches and getting a percentage, right? So that's kind of a really good way to think. And this is going to be a theme that is recurring with all of these, where it's kind of like your main objective is just to build communities, build lists from these niches, right? If that makes sense. So the next one, and this again, is going to repeat the theme, YouTube to domaining, right? Now, it's the same thing with this video I just posted on YouTube like 2 days ago. But the most famous example was, and this has happened to me so many times, is when I'm not planning on making consumer money and I do a business to business type of video, but the consumers watch the business to business type video and they're just like, buy. Because if you're talking like, hey guys, I'm going to show you how to sell domains, right? And this is exactly what I did. I create this portfolio video and I'm like, look at all my domains. These are all my domains in my GoDaddy account. And it's literally like a Camtasia showing a video of all the domains in my Camtasia. Oh my God, in my GoDaddy account, right? And there's like 100 domains. And I kind of like scroll down slowly. And I'm like, look, I priced this one at like $700. I priced this one at $500. Now I'm pricing them, and I explain this. This is the biggest part. I explain this like in a way of where I'm like, I'm pricing them at $500, and that's like 80% off, so I'm giving really good deals, guys, and you're talking like as if it's a business to business video and these people are going to want to sell domains. But the reality is there's so many more consumers than there are business people, right? It's like the 1%, right? So they're watching this and they're like, oh wow, this is so interesting, right? Now, you say, hey, it's 80% off, because the buyer will then be able to resell it and make a profit, and then the person who buys it from them is going to make a profit. So you're giving it so much room, right? Like for somebody to and the person's watching this and they're like, what? I could buy that and I could sell it and make money? Holy crap, right? So what I had done was I had posted this video, and it was like in the beginning of me turning my marketing YouTube channel into a domain channel. And so I posted this tutorial, and literally there's not one mention in that video of me like, hey, go buy these domains. They're awesome deal. There's like, I keep it real the entire video of like B2B type of video. Every domain freaking sold from that video. Now to consumers, I don't know if these consumers resold those domains. That wasn't really the point of the entire video. Was I was like just trying to to show people like what I was doing and everything. It's like very evident. It's like the worst video ever, right? I can't even remember the reason why I made the video, but that's what happened. Was you're unintentionally. It's the weirdest thing. It's like like so many times that's happened to me where it's like unintentional crazy sales started happening. I was talking to somebody about it on the Facebook group. The first time I used YouTube, I again unintentionally, I post a video of me playing a keyboard, and it's something I really knew how to do really well. All these people in the comments are like, "Where can I buy the keyboard? Where can I buy the keyboard? Where can I buy the keyboard?" So I went into Commission Junction. It got the affiliate link for Musician's Friend, and posted that in the description, and also told people in the comments. And then it was like, boom! I made Commission Junction money from a video that I didn't even, plan on doing. So that's another myth buster or whatever. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, you got to be aggressive" or something like that. This is like totally like humble brag, sidestepping or whatever you call that. Like where it's like this unintentional, like, that's the best way I could put it. It's like this business to business type of talking or explaining, like just philanthropy. Like, hey guys, I'm going to show you some cool shit. I'm not selling anything. And then like you explain that in there, and people just don't care. Like they don't want to copy what you're doing. They want to buy what you're doing. Like it's freaking crazy. So that's some really good advice. And then let's talk about Reddit to pickup lines. All right. This is kind of the same thing as this. There are all these like subreddits, like all these fringe things, and the pickup artist thing is gigantic. Now although I did getinthepants.com way back in the day, it was super successful. And I also worked with, from that, I started working with other like pickup artist guys on ClickBank. And back then it was actually pay.com because ClickBank wouldn't allow Get in the Pants. We put it on pay.com. And then cats who were like Craigslist spammers, and they had like all these servers in the house, they were like just pumping that shit, like selling tons of them from Craigslist dating, like true story. But anyway, so nowadays a good source for it is definitely Reddit. Reddit and Twitter are like, when you're doing anything like pickup lines or like any adult stuff or anything like that, unless it's like Traffic Junkie or something, right? Reddit is crazy for these types of like sub niche, freaking kink, fringe. I don't know the word. You get the drift, right? So anyway, all the pickup artists subreddits, what are you going to sell to them, right? Now, I always preach this because everyone thinks it's got to be like an ebook or it's got to be like some type of information or something like that. I love database offers. Like if you notice so far, I haven't really, aside from the exception of like the Musician's Friend thing, I haven't even talked about affiliate marketing in this entire video, right? It's like either selling an AI service, selling freaking building a list in the NFT niche, YouTube, selling domains, like everything other than affiliate marketing, right? So this is the kind of the same. So what you're selling here, and of course you could probably imagine all sorts of different things you could sell. Like Get in the Pants was like audio lessons, and like it was like ebooks and audio lessons and shit. But pickup lines is kind of like, now you're going into this kind of intrinsic value thing, like where it's a whole collection of shit, right? So it's like this, it's like if you were to say, hey, download 10,000 prompts. It's like just like this value thing, like add it to your arsenal. You know what I mean? Same thing as like selling plugins for video editors, right? So it's kind of like this, hey, download all these pickup lines. Like all these pickup lines are free. You get 1,000 pickup lines or 2,000 pickup lines or something like that. The difference between this, the Reddit to pickup lines, and the Reddit to an AI service is this is $10 a month to use it, and this would be $10 one-time fee. You can't sell a collection for like per month. Per month is like when it's an ongoing service, like and you have to create some type of SaaS or some type of software that's going to accommodate. Or I've got one that's kind of, it's not software, it's called Stuff Your Bank, where it's like hand-picked domains. Now we're kind of talking more, like back to the, to the NFT type of thing. Get notified about the hottest projects, right? Well, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, get domains that are hand-picked, like, and every month we have new domain picks. You could do that. But the software thing automates everything. So it's like you can have a per month SaaS if it's like, something that people are going to get addicted to and keep using. And trust me, this one, I'm working on it with somebody who, and that is the next thing. We are focusing all our energy into creating API based, AI shit. And that's basically a great example of it. And I really like spilled the beans as to the niche. Like, it's like, you guys could probably compete with me now, but it's like, I think we'll do it better than a lot of people. So that's another thing, is I'm always thinking like, oh, I'll tell people what I'm doing because, good luck replicating what we're doing. You know what I mean? I don't know. No offense. But anyway, so next up, I'm going to talk about the OnlyFans thing. All right. So the way that OnlyFans goes down is, and you might not know this, but, you create an account, and I'll give you an example. My little, the little guy in my videos, the little guy who keeps coming back, my boy, he's like a little person, right? And so he gets a lot of gigs, like as a little person, like, and he turns down a lot of gigs, like a couple ones he doesn't do. He doesn't like doing the elf, and he doesn't like doing Oompa Loompa. So he won't do an elf or Oompa Loompa. He'll do everything else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think he once took an elf job. But anyway, he quit doing all that stupid shit, working per hour, because he started an OnlyFans. Now, I don't know what he is doing in there, but I've got enough experience with the agencies and with a bunch of other stuff I can't talk about where I could tell you all about this shit. And it is nuts. And I'll explain. And it'll help you with other models too. Like with Badass Class, we have a very similar model to that in Badass Class, where it's like everything is locked up, right? So it's like, it's the main idea of like people get in for cheap, or if they get in for free, everything is freaking locked up, right? And then there's like these little packages, and in the admin, I can, exactly just like OnlyFans, I can designate what stuff is going to be locked up and what stuff is not going to be locked up, right? So basically the way it works, and one of the best traffic sources for this, like if you guys, I don't know if you guys are going to start one up, like some people might want to like sell pictures of their feet or whatever, but this is the best place to do that is if you go to Google and you type in OnlyFans promo or whatever. There's a couple sites that will list you for like $200, and they'll list you on there. Now you make it free, okay? And then the reason you do that, and I'll explain, all right? All right, so you have the promo, right? And that has you listed, and then it sends people to the page. And at first, like, the page looks like nothing, because you have to buy to get in. It says it's like your picture or whatever. And so you buy to get in, and then after you get in, now you're on this timeline, and it looks like Facebook, right? And you'll see there's like, when you post something on your timeline, it asks you a question, and it'll be like, do you want to make it $10 to view this, right? And then, so, and it has all these other features too. But that's basically the thing. In the timeline, it's going to have all these freaking pictures, and they're all locked up, right? And so people get in for free. And then, so here's the deal. You're going to have a couple pictures that are not locked up, all right? But it's a teaser. So, if it was that type of thing, you can have a totally informational based. I'm actually serious. You might think like, oh, Jamie's trying not to talk about like, adult stuff in the video, but you actually can think about it. Like my little guy, my little friend, like he doesn't need to do no, what. So anyway, it says like, hey, get in here and, like DM me, right? And these pictures, they could be locked up or whatever, or they can be, the more you push the DMs, like where the DMs are your monetization, the more you don't need to lock shit up here. But if you have less DMs and less monetization in here with the chatters, and I'll get into that in a little bit, then you can, so less monetization here, you can have more monetization here. What's monetization here in the timeline? It's where you lock everything up. All right. And don't make them too expensive. Make them like $5, $10, shit like that. All right. Now, in here, you hire someone from the Philippines, and, it's probably going to be a chick. You're probably going to, if this is a woman, then you'd get a chatter in here that's a woman. If this is a man, then you'd probably want to get a chatter in here that's a man. All right? Use your imagination. All right, so anyway, so another thing about this, which is crazy, is that all these people who sign up, and they're signing up like crazy for free, you can send them a message, all the people at the same time, and you could say, hey, here's a new thing. And when you send that out, like the more people you get, like you spend like $200 on that promo, you'd be like, holy crap, I got like 600 people signed up, right? Then you spend another $200 on that promo, then you get another 600 people. You know, you got Twitter. You tell this chatter also on your free time, you're going to go to the Twitter, do the 2-factor authentication with her or whatever, and it's a pain in the ass. But anyway, now she's posting on here, and then you give her a percentage. She's more of a capitalist. Some of them are. Then the percentages work really well. And then so before you know it, you're like, it gets addictive. It's like a money pump, like a cash machine. Like you go in here, like hey guys, here's a new video. And then you see boom, 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 sales. It's freaking crazy. But the one thing, this is the model where it's like free. And then you got to decide if you want to make all the monetization from here or if you want to make it from here. Most people use the DMs in the messenger because there'll be people in here that spend again, it's just like the Reddit AI thing, the fringe groups or whatever you call these addictive personalities. They'll spend like thousands of dollars. It's nuts. So yeah, I'm serious. It's a lot like Badass Class. Like this is my admin, right? And then I come in here and then I like select on, here's the courses situation, and then I can assign this which package I want to assign this to, and then add the modules here. I can take modules away. It's like so and then inside the members area, right? This is what it would look like in the members area, like after I designate it in the admin, right? So this is an account that's all hooked up like the max. Like if somebody were to spend like $1,500 or something, then everything is available. But if they didn't unlock everything, all the features in here, like the courses and all that, then you click on this and then it would go to an upgrade video, right? So it's the same type of thing. You lock everything up and then people would pay. We do it like this for the packages so that it's like somebody doesn't spend do like 10 or 20, buying everything separately. Why? That wouldn't be good, right? So, yeah. So that's a little bit about, I wanted to get into the solo ads really quick, but I think I lost my thing. All right, so let me get back. All right, so now this is freaking crazy, all right? All the biz oppers are going to love this shit, this solo craziness, all right? This is a dope-ass idea, all right? And it's not just an idea. This is what we do. If I'm going to do any solo ads, by the way, I use Glenn Faraduk. You guys probably know him. And he's one of the only cats that will do this, too. So, anyway, I don't know how I can illustrate it. So, anyway, go to Glenn Faraduk. He's on Udemy, but he's also all over Facebook. And so I would go to him, and I'd be like, yo, Glenn, here's $100 or $200 or $500, right? And then send it out to a type form, all right? Now, in type form, you come along here and you're like, and there's like these little controls up here, and you're like, create a form, right? So you create the form so that it's like name, or actually with this, name is down here and email is last, right? So here it's like, do you want to make money online? Yes. Now here you have some control questions, right? Actually, the control questions would come right about here, down there, okay? So, hey, do you want to make money online? What is your skill level? Newbie, intermediate, advanced. What are you, this and that, right? Now, here are the control questions. Do you agree it takes money to make money, right? Questions like that. Designate figuring out if these people will buy or not. Are you skeptical? This and that. Those types of control questions. Now, in type form, you can make these go like if they say yes, okay? It takes money to make money. Are you looking to hire anyone? Do you have a budget? You don't need to say, hey, how much money do you have in their bank account, right? So many people do that shit. It's just so dumb because people don't answer that correctly, right? So it'd be like, yes, no. Now, if they say yes and it's looking like they want to hire someone, like, oh, do you believe it takes money to make money? Or if they're like, if they answer like, yeah, I'll hire someone, then the yes can go directly to your freaking $997 offer. We're going to build you a business. Okay? That's where the thank you page would go if they say yes. Now, if they say no, then go to your Facebook group or something like that. Now, I just started a Facebook group for the first freaking time, guys. Like this Facebook group that I'm going to post this video in, I've never had a Facebook group before, like admittedly. I've had Facebook fan pages, and my wife got a badass Facebook group. I wanted to add, I'm going to throw that one in as a bonus, but I'm going to change the niche or whatever out of respect to her. But you see what I mean? If they say no, send them a YouTube channel, send them somewhere else, like, or get them into, you have the data, and with Zapier, you can bring it into Sendline or whatever, you know what I mean? But you get the drift. Where's the thank you page going to go, right? Now, it's better, like, think of it that way. Like we were talking about, like building the list, like, get notified if a new project comes out, et cetera, That's the mentality. Like a lot of the time you'll notice, and a lot of people would probably disagree. I mean, like do whatever you feel is right. If you have like a hot ass offer, then you could go to an affiliate link and you're selling something for like $10, like Digistore 24 or something, like probably some type of work at home type of thing would convert better than an IM thing with solos. You get my drift. So, but that's just my style. Is we found that this was working really, really well if you redirect depending on those control questions. And those are really good control questions. Like, do you agree it takes money to make money? Da da da. And then, I have a really just badass $997 offer. It's just, I've been running it for a long time. It's basically like my site building agency, and that just converts like freaking crazy. And if you're bringing it through this type form, no problem with bringing them there to that $997, because on that $997, it not only says their name on the page, but it also will collect their data. So if they don't buy the $997, which is very, very steep, someone doesn't know who you are. A lot of the time, we'll collect the data, and then somebody will reach out. A lot of the time, probably 70% of the sales happen from, the outreach that we do after they get in. But it really actually, it's like magic. And it was, for the first time in a long time, I could not freaking believe that it actually worked that way. So that's some pretty good advice in terms of the solo thing, because I'm so tired of seeing newbies fail with it. They get nowhere and they end up spending money, and it's just a horrible type of thing. So from experience, from watching this close, firsthand, watching the wife do this shit, I'll use another niche. All right. So say you start a Facebook group and it's about catering jobs. All right. Catering jobs. And you're like, all right, hey everyone, welcome to the group. We're going to connect you with, and so you've got, people, buyers, and then you've got people who are like chefs and, want to work. They work in restaurants, they work catering, they work event planning, stuff like that. Right. So you've got both buyers and sellers, jumping in, right? And service providers, right? And then you've got people who are looking for that. Crude example. I had to change the niche though. Her niche is so much better. It makes so much more sense. And it's probably, I don't recommend doing catering jobs, but you get the drift. So if you have some type of niche thing, you might not think like sometimes like this is what the whole thing was with this was she didn't know she's sitting on a biz op. You know what I mean? Like she's sitting basically on a biz op where when money is involved and like people are hungry for money and people want money, it's crazy money, right? Like BizOp is freaking crazy, or like make money niche, make money online, whatever it is just freaking crazy. And the jobs thing is just so crazy because people, they want, if you ask them, like if I do those type form surveys and I was like, hey, do you want to run your own business or do you want a job? Half of them will say job, even though they're like on Glenn's list or they were on my list or something. You know what I mean? Like people want jobs, like guaranteed money, right? Especially like good jobs. So anyway, people are posting here and they're like, hey, everyone, I'm new to the area and I've worked for this person and that person. I'm a caterer, this and that. I'd love to get a job. Then you get this other person and they're like, yo, I'm looking for someone who can, a private chef in the area, da-da-da. And you get all these different people posting and you're sitting there and you might think like somebody who has no business experience, they'd be like, I am going to try to start monetizing this Facebook group. I got 10,000 members and I'm going to monetize. I'm going to do a $10 service. And, it's going to be great because we got 10,000 people. We can get, everyone, the $10 service. And then we will, this and that. And they'll get priority attention here. So some stupid idea, right? Now, this is the advice I given the, crypto girls. I was like, yo, have a $9.97 headhunter service, bro. Straight up. Have a high ticket webinar, right? Here's the time limit, the timeline to this, man, right? Starts off, hey everyone, glad that everyone could make it. Good to see you. Today we are going to be learning this and this and this. Boom, boom, straight to the chase in the first 30 seconds, right? Then it's like, all right, a little bit about me. Do this really fast. All right, you see people drop off, like, and then there you'd be like, all right, so this is the problem, and this is the most amazing thing. Could you imagine this? And this is what can happen. Look at these people. They got these jobs. They're working for freaking, they got a private chef gig for working for Bruce Willis. They're making $300,000 a day, all that, $300,000 a year, all this and that, right? And so this is what we could do for you guys, all right? And then, this is the guarantee, and then, all right, so, hey, it's limited time only, all right? You better get on it, boom, boom, boom. Webinar ends, all right? $9.97, $9.97, $9.97, $9.97, all right? Boom, 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 from, all right, so what do, right? You create the slides, right? Use Dolly 3, by the way. And then go to your Facebook group, and you'd be like, hey, everyone, I wanted to let you know we have a very special event happening. Make sure to register. It's happening next week. And then leading up to the webinar, it starts to get more intense, more intense. It's like, hey, everyone, just a reminder, we're going live. Oh, my God. And then, boom, you've got 700 people live on there. And then you close 150 of them. You do $150,000. All right? Bam. Okay, think of it that way. All right? Now, what is this product? It's a freaking 4-week program, man. We're going to go on. Now you got fulfillment webinars. Okay, you did the sales webinar, but now you got fulfillment webinars. Also, and this is what you're explaining in this slide here. This is what I'll do for you right around here. Hey, I'm going to shop your shit. We're going to shop we're going to get you, we're going to be your headhunters, and we're going to forward your resumes to all these people that have signed up to our Facebook group, all the buyers that have signed up to the Facebook group, etc. All right, guys. So I'm out of here. That was your daily dose of income generation. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. All right, you're beautiful people. Thank you. All right, bye bye.